Oh, Canada, oh, Canada. Don't you dare let us win Game 5. I'm telling you right now, don't you dare
They definitely don't want that
let
to
us
happen.
win Game 5.
They're sweating right now. Those fans were sweating in Game 1 when we had that comeback too.
Those fans are I mean, they are in shambles right now. I mean, those guys, we were here watching the game too, and we're like, and, you know, we ended up losing it, and we're here sitting, we still got faith, got confidence in this team. These guys lost 2 in a row, and they're in shambles. These guys, they're blowing up. You know, keep your composure, and I dare you to let us win this game. I dare you. You don't have the balls to let us win this game.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Tranquilo Sports Talk. We got a jam-packed episode. We got PGA Championship. We got Panthers playoffs. We'll talk a little bit about the lottery. We will get into a little bit of everything today. But to kick it off, we're going to show our Panthers some love. Have tied the series 2-2.
Yep.
We got a best-of-3 series left at this point. By the time this episode drops,
It'll be after Game 5.
It'll be after Game 5, yeah. So hopefully we'll win that one. But, I mean, at this point, when the day we're recording, we are 2-2 at this point, and we look good. I mean, we've been the better team basically since the third period of Game 1, in my opinion.
Yeah, shaky. Because that Game 3, we looked awful, too, to start. Remember, we were down like 3-1 in that first period?
But I was never worried in that game.
I was very worried.
Were you?
I'm not going to lie.
I don't know why. I was never worried.
I was worried in the beginning, and then once we, because it was 2-0 quick, I'm like, oh, my God. Like, are these guys just going to run us out of the building?
Yeah.
And then, you know, once we got another one, and I was like, okay, like, you know what, this is what we do. And then really
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's who we are.
Yeah, I know. It's just like...
You don't want to play that game, but we play that game.
I know. There's 2 things. One, I agree with you in the sense, especially this last game. This last game was, for me, the game that... I knew we were better on this team already, but like, this is the game that, like, oh my God, like, this is what this team can be.
Right.
We were so dominant.
We were.
In that game. Like they really stood on... And the fact that it was still one... goal game until the middle of the third because Wall was standing on his head.
You got to credit Wall, bro.
Yeah, no, I got to give huge credit for him.
We were peppering him all game, and he kept him in that game.
Yeah, but we were so dominant.
Yeah.
Like, that was the team that I was like, oh, okay, this is this is the level that we know they could reach. They reached that. I mean, there's no one beating them.
Right.
I think, like, Toronto also looks a bit more tired, at least in that game, where it seems like a lot of these hits are starting to get to them. And then they're starting to play a little dirty toward the end.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we're coming for you. Don't you worry about that.
Any suspensions announced yet?
No, just
right?
a fine.
Just a fine. Okay.
Ridiculous. If that was us, 2-game suspension. Ekblad got a 2-game suspension.
Yeah, I was going to say,
less.
Ekblad's was way less than that. At a time in the game, too, that was like, you know, there's still stuff going on. That was a direct target, game's over, zeros on the clock, and you're taking a cheap shot on our guy.
That was a horseshit. And against Barkov, like
of all
captain
people.
And, like,
exactly.
Dude, one of the best players in the league, and, like, that the fact they only get us fine. Because of that, there's going to be some fireworks game 5.
Oh, 100%.
I think
Chuck was was chirping it up at the end of that game.
He's coming for somebody. He's coming for Nylander.
And they're coming for him.
Yeah, they're always coming for him, though. He's such a little rat. I love it. Listen, this game, I mean, these last 2 games, obviously, we tie this here to take care of home ice. We're back to exactly where we need to be. It's now a 3-game series. And, we have all the momentum heading back to Toronto. Everyone gets a little extra day of rest.
Exactly.
And they're going to be hyped,
much
going
needed
back.
obviously for both teams.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll definitely take it.
100%. Especially with Evan Rodriguez. It seemed like Evan Rodriguez coming back, too, because he also went down, which is another no call.
How that was not a major was beyond me, bro.
Insane.
That was such a cheap shot. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. And so they want to resort to cheap shots. It's okay.
That's
it's
fine.
hockey.
They know that's what they got to do to try to beat us. They're trying to injure us. They're trying to take shots when they have the opportunity. Obviously, we play very physical. That's our nature of our game. But they're trying to take advantage of I got a free shot at this guy. You know, I'll take the penalty in this moment. But we keep powering on.
100%. And that's the thing too. In the first 2 games specifically, and even a little bit of that game 3, we were kind of doing a lot of that in the sense that we were just trying to go for big hits.
Right.
And we were trying, kind of playing some sloppy hockey.
Yeah, 100%.
Where now it's kind of flipped where we're, playing the best that we've played all series long.
Yeah.
And then you can tell they're kind of unraveling a bit. They're playing a bit more sloppy, playing more, cheaply.
Exactly.
And we completely took advantage of it. And now we are back, series tied. They blew their chance. Obviously we won an overtime game 3. So, So now if we win game 5, I mean, it's not saying anything.
Yeah, the series momentum has definitely shifted at that point. Yeah, I would say momentum is slightly in our favor, but you got to go back to Toronto. Obviously, they've lost 2 in a row. Game of odds shows it's going to be that much tougher to win over there.
Yeah,
but again, I think we've figured something out. To your point, when you look at game 1, you look at the start of game 2. I mean, even the start of game 3, right? We've almost been too focused on setting the tone with hits that we haven't been playing our game. Where game 4 we just said, hey, we play our game, the hits will come. We don't need to set the tone. And they were there. They were there. And I think when we're playing our game like that, we're not playing sloppy. We're not making mistakes on substitutions, right? Things like that. These guys now are going to be the better team. Yeah. But when you make mistakes against a good team, you're going to pay, and that's what happened to us in game 1 and 2. Yep. I mean, you can even make the argument in game 3, but we cleaned our act up, and now I think we found kind of this recipe that all right, just keep doing what you're doing. Clearly worked.
Yeah,
you're not going to score on this guy a ton, Well,
what's funny is
even though the first 2 games were a ton of scoring, but even if you just look at the dynamic of those games, both these teams are electric.
They are. Both teams
there's
are great.
no doubt about it. You're probably watching the best series right now in hockey
100%.
right now. I mean, there's obviously good game. You got Carolina, but Carolina's kind of dominating Washington right now.
Good.
They look really good.
Imagine they had Racketen too. They just traded him. They
Edmonton
traded him before the
looks
playoffs
good
to
too.
Dallas, and Dallas is. I mean, this guy's on fire. He's got 9 goals in 8. It's crazy.
It's insane.
Edmonton, which is funny because Edmonton was a little shaky in the beginning, and now they're kind of finding their groove. So
yeah.
I would love to play them again.
This series though is just it's a powerhouse between 2 really good teams, 2 really good goalies, a ton of ton of shots. It is just shot after shot, and you look at those first 2 games. Those games, if Bob and Wall are not as good as they've been playing, could have been 9-8 games.
Yeah, we should have had 9 in this game.
I know,
straight up.
I know. But credit the goalie play in this series, and I'm hyped for game 5, and we win that game. You got a ton of momentum going back to Florida. Crowd's been showing up like crazy. It's been electric environments. That'll be a Friday game.
Friday night.
So imagine back in Florida on a Friday. The fans are going to show out. They're going to go crazy. Energy's going to be high. So we'll see.
Bank is going to be jumping. Canada. Don't you dare let us win game 5. I'm telling you right now, don't you dare.
They definitely don't want that to happen.
Let us win game 5.
They're sweating right now. Those fans are sweating in game 1 when we had that comeback too.
Those fans are I mean, they are in shambles right now. I mean, those guys, we were here watching the game too, and we ended up losing it, and we're here sitting, we still got faith, got confidence in this team. These guys lost 2 in a row and they're in shambles. These guys, they're blowing up. Keep your composure, and I dare you to let us win this game. I dare you. You don't have the balls to let us win this game. That's just what I'm saying.
I'm hoping that they do have the ball. So I'm not gonna lose this game.
True. One thing before we go, because we talked about Wall, obviously, we talked about how good the team. Got to shout out Bob too.
Oh, 100%.
You mentioned it too, but in this
play.
game specifically, Bob. I mean, first off, he had a couple breakaways that they had a chance to end it, even in at the end to tie the game.
They had trying opportunities.
Oh my God.
They had one breakaway that I'm like, oh, here we go. They're gonna
tie
this game.
They had one in overtime in game 3. That was like, oh my God, this is really, and boom, Bob saved us there.
Bob was electric in that game.
Yeah. So
and he was electric in the third period of the first game. Like in the clutch moments when you need Bob to be his best, he is his best. Like he knows, okay, hey, this is gonna be a shootout. We got 4 goals we can give up. We'll figure it out. But when he knows it's the third period,
he's locked in,
and it's a 4-4 game, like I can't give up shit, you know. And hey, it's a 1-0 game. I don't care how many shots we're taking over there. They're not giving up anything either. Like I got to be that much better. Yeah. Like Bob hits a different switch in the clutch moments, bro, and in like shots that you're like, oh my God. And you got to credit who was it, Bennett, in that second goal. Oh,
that goal was so sick. The patience that he had.
Coming from the right side, fakes a shot right.
Yeah.
Switches to his left, pumps it again from his left, and then
boom,
shoots.
lifts it. It was perfect.
Oh my God, that was electric. And then we needed that one.
It's so bad.
Felt so much better after that.
Me too. It was just like,
I was sweating.
I was literally there at the edge of my seat. I'm like, please don't. And then it was just instant like, okay. Like, because like the way the game was going, it was like 2 goals would have put it away.
Oh. Hyped. We shall see what happens in game 5. And honestly, by the next time we record, the series will be over.
Yeah, because that
game specifically.
Game 7 would be Sunday.
Yeah.
So
So
we could potentially end it on Friday.
Yeah. I mean, the series could end by Friday, 100%.
Don't you worry. If this series ends, you'll see us. Don't you worry.
You'll see us in between, but we won't have a pod until after the series, and hopefully we're smoking a little celebratory pack.
Oh yeah.
That would be fun.
That maple leaf pack is going to taste so much better, hopefully. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, we shall see. It'll be a good series. Remain there again. I think it's the best series.
100%.
This year. But let's get into a little bit about what happened with the lottery.
Yes,
biggest
job ever.
Big, shocker, I guess, in the NBA world.
Yeah,
the Mavericks, who the 10 seed, basically 11 seed, and hypothetically would have been our pick if we didn't make it in the playing game. Heat fans are obviously upset. I think it just keeps stacking on, like, with everything that's happened. But to your point, I think everyone kind of feels like this is rigged, right?
Dude, there's no way that if the Heat have that pick, we get that pick.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No way.
Everyone's saying, like, that would have been our pick. I'm like, if that was our pick, there was no way in hell we were going to end up with the first pick. It would have gone to the
Mavs, who were the pick after us.
Exactly. 100%.
It is so, like, first off, it's been a running thing in the NBA that the lotteries are rigged and whatever. Because, like, some of the teams that get it in such timely fashion.
Exactly.
Like even back to when Shaq and Penny. Like, that was a huge controversy then. And then, obviously, Cleveland, LeBron was a big one. Late, like, where me and Pooch were just talking about it off camera beforehand, the last 3 teams that have done, like, big trades, that team has won the lottery, even not as the highest projected.
Right, yeah.
New Orleans might have been the highest pick, I don't remember, but when New Orleans traded Anthony Davis to the Lakers, they got the first pick. And there was somebody else that did it right before them, or 2 teams, one of them with Chris Paul, that ended up getting the first pick, something like that. I think it was the Hornets when they traded Chris Paul, but it's weird thing. But it's like a funny, like, weird
like
stat
there's like
that the star that was traded that year, that
there's a cadence to it,
ended up winning the lottery, even not all of them being the highest projected. So it's a bit fishy. I mean, I'll tell you what, the Mavs are going to be nasty now. I mean, the
Mavs GM now is like, oh my God.
First off, the guy pulls out the worst trade of all time. You're trading away a generational player. And it still could be terrible because,
of course, absolutely. It's still Luka at the end of the day.
Cooper Flag looks to be insane. He looks to be, an insane new prospect. Like, at the end of the day,
nothing's guaranteed at the end of the day. Like, you have a player in Luka. You had a player in Luka that has already proven that, he's great, obviously a superstar, one of the best in the league.
They took him to the finals the year before.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy.
And then you trade him, and then it's like, well, this was the guy, like, our franchise was built off of, and now you're kind of bailed out by the fact that, you get Cooper Flag, and you have assets around him that you can build
now,
pretty much immediately.
100%. I mean, they got Anthony Davis, Kyrie, Klay Thompson, who's older but still Klay. Cooper Flag coming in. They have a center too, outside of Anthony Davis, who's really good too.
Right.
So like they have the pieces.
Where Cooper would play the 4?
He'd play a 3.
The 3.
They'd put Anthony Davis at 4.
True. That's
or
right.
you know whatever.
I mean, they could rotate it around,
yeah.
based off the lineup, but
yeah. So
Yeah.
no, it's classic NBA. Like that's
yeah. I mean, LeBron tweeted after.
yeah. Well, LeBron's alluded to.
I saw he went to McAfee show today. I didn't see what he said on it today.
So he went on McAfee a few weeks ago, but funny they brought the clip back because he was talking about it. They asked
that's
him
what it was. Okay.
at that time about like it being rigged, and he kind of alluded to his pick at Cleveland being rigged.
Wow.
Yeah. So
interesting.
So
I mean, the point of the lottery, I guess, is like for tanking purposes. I'm guessing, right?
Yes, but it's also the stupidest rule. Like I get it because first off, the NBA tanks more than anybody.
Right.
Anyway,
Oh,
they do it
100%.
anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Like at that point, like the lottery for me is just kind of dumb. Like it should always just go to the worst team that needs it. Yes, granted, you want to avoid tanking as much as possible, but these guys aren't tanking on purpose.
No,
like
of
usually
course
it's
not,
injury
bro.
related.
Yeah.
Or the team is just that bad.
Right. Exactly.
So like
I mean,
yes,
every other team, every other league has a situation where
Yeah.
like your team's just not good and you're not going to win games and
Yeah.
you're going to get rewarded with a good draft pick.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's simple.
It's the simplest thing. Like, and you know, and it's ridiculous. It's
and then you have teams that are like, you know, let's say us in this example, right? Like, do you tank? No, you didn't tank because you're a contender, but you tank to get that pick, right? Like now you're creating another level of tanking.
No,
in this
100%. Now
process.
people are going to be tanking out of the playing game. They're like, oh, screw
Like,
this.
screw the playing game. We're not gonna make a run at this. So let's screw because I mean, hey, the Mavs do it. Why can't we? You know, like you just created a different level of tanking in like a mid-tier range now. So I don't know. Obviously, hopefully this is. I don't know if they'll ever change. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
They should. I think the
it's
NHL
gotten
does
louder and
lottery
louder.
too, though.
They do.
They do.
They do. NHL does lottery, but we don't hear anything crazy happening there.
No.
Because
I
how
think
many?
it's
What were
rigged.
the odds? What were the odds of them getting that
1.8%.
pick? 1.8.
They had 1.8.
And then who had the worst record in the NBA?
The Hornets?
I think the Hornets or the Spurs.
Or what's the
The
odds
Spurs
of
were
like
up
the
there.
worst record in the
I
NBA?
think they get 15% each.
Yeah.
Is that or like 15 to 12%?
Let me see the
First,
percentage breakdown.
1, 2, and 3 all get the same percentage. They changed that recently.
Oh, really?
So the worst 3 records all have the same percent to get the number 1 pick.
Breakdown of lottery,
Draft percentage.
NBA. So the team with the 3 worst records have a 14% chance, and then the odds decrease by 1.5 every single time. So
Yeah.
team 4, 12.5, team 5, 10.5, 6,
I
9,
think it was the Hornets,
et cetera, et cetera.
the Spurs, and somebody else.
And they were what, the 11 seed?
got
They were the
11
10,
pick.
the 10 seed.
Okay, so they're team 11. So they had a 2% chance.
Or were they 11? They had. I thought it was 1.8.
I saw 1.8 somewhere here, but if it
Yeah.
go off that math of the 1.5, it would be 2%.
Oh, the Wizards were the other one. The Wizards got the 6th pick. Oh, my God.
And they were in the top 3?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They had to have been. They're so bad.
Wow.
And now we have the 20th pick. Well, the Spurs. The rumor is the Spurs are pretty much.
We need a Cooper Flag gas mask video to get out.
Yeah. Yeah. The Spurs. The rumor is that they're just gonna. They have now the 2nd pick and like the 14th pick that they're gonna go after Giannis pretty heavily. So it'd be Giannis, Wemby, Chris Paul, and De'Aaron Fox. It'd be an insane lineup.
Damn.
It'd be an insane
And then
lineup.
Pop running the show from upstairs.
Yeah.
Not upstairs
So-
like dead upstairs, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
upstairs
yeah.
like you know, in the press box or
Yeah.
whatever.
No, that'd be pretty crazy. So,
Yeah.
but then there's the Heat. Whatever. Run it back. Just
No,
kidding. I think
we're not gonna run it back.
Neither do I. I think we're gonna Kevin
Riley had a good press conference. He didn't touch on the Jimmy subject as much as I would have liked him to.
Yeah. Well, listen, Jimmy's about to get knocked out of the playoffs. Cross my fingers, they're down 3-1. So.
Yeah, thank God. I mean,
Yeah.
no Steph.
No
Obviously
Steph
hurts.
stuff,
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, Mr. Big Shot can't carry your own team.
Yeah.
I hate that I have to do this because I love Jimmy.
I
but
know, I hate it too.
You've done this to me, Jimmy.
Yeah.
When you came back and dogged our team like that, that's the moment I lost respect. So
Yeah.
you and your tenure is pretty dead to me. So.
Yeah, no, it hurts. It stings a lot. Like it's gonna sting for a while.
Yeah. So enjoy your no rings in Golden State, buddy.
What would you do if he came back?
I would. He would. Now that I said that on camera, there's a high possibility. Steph Curry returning Game 5, 60 bombs each game. Like it's gonna be insane. Like they might win the NBA Finals now.
No. I didn't. That would be crazy because he could come back.
Oh, came back to the Heat. You're saying. Oh.
Yeah.
All is forgiven, my friend. All is forgiven.
Oh man, yeah. It'll be interesting the way these playoffs kind of pan out. Like Knicks look like they're going to win the series. Pacers are up right now to close out the series.
Yeah.
So they can advance, and then in
It's
the
cool.
West, what's the OKC series?
They're down 2-1, but I think
it's 2-2. They tied it
2-2?
up. Yeah, they might be playing tonight actually.
I think they are playing tonight. I would love to see OKC,
The
man.
game's about to start actually.
I would love. Oh, it is 2-2.
Pacers
yeah.
are up 7 with 2:37 left.
Oh man, the funniest memes are the Cleveland Cavaliers as the Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, I mean we're looking at a Knicks, Pacers, Timberwolves, OKC Final Four. Like
Yeah, I mean that
those are
series
four.
yeah.
Essentially, I mean obviously the Knicks are a huge brand, but like 4 teams that haven't won anything.
No.
in forever. I mean the Knicks haven't won 50 plus
From a
years.
favorite standpoint too, like you knock out the Celtics who were the favorite. I mean, I think the OKC was a second favorite, but then everybody else after that was kind of like in the middle of the pack as far as favorites.
OKC's so good, man. They're very good.
They are. They're actually 10.5-point favorites tonight, bro.
I think that's a little much.
Yeah.
I think that's a little much, but they're very good. I mean they are. I mean they had $1 million for draft picks.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No,
like
they drafted
traded
so
everybody.
well.
I mean
Yeah,
they
yeah.
traded everybody and they drafted. They hit on a bunch of draft and then they get Shy and yeah. I mean it's everything they've done is great. So I think that I would of those 4 teams, I'm rooting for the Thunder for sure. Or the Timberwolves. Anyone from the West.
I would love the T-Wolves to
The
win
T-Wolves would be sick.
Would love to see Anthony Edwards
would
to win.
be. It'd be very D-Wade 06-esque.
You know what name I haven't heard is Gobert.
He's still there.
I know he's still there, but like
He's still there.
like the Julius Randle for the Wolves
Yeah.
is huge,
Yes.
bro.
Very huge.
Oh my
Very
god.
huge.
I was watching that game last night. He's a hooper, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And like I'm so used to watching the Julius Randle on the Knicks when the Heat would play him and how
Yeah.
crappy he would play.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, Randall's good, but like he's not. He is hooping right now,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude, that would be a pretty cool fight. Like Timberwolves Knicks with the Randall revenge.
That would
plot.
be- that
pretty
would be
cool.
sick.
And then just Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards has so much D-Wade in him.
I know. No,
So
he's
does
fun to
Donovan
watch.
Mitchell, but like that team, I
Yeah.
mean, they're pretty much about to get knocked out. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll know by the end of this pod. Basically, there's
Yeah.
like a couple minutes left and they're down.
But I prefer anybody from the West. I don't mind the Pacers either. Anybody but the Knicks.
Yeah.
Anybody but the Knicks. I love my boy Timmy Chalamet, but no Knicks. No.
Knicks. I'm glad
I
the
want
Knicks
them
are
to beat
beating
the
the Celtics,
for sure.
but after this, then their run's over.
Yeah.
I always talk shit to Vaughn's girl.
Yeah.
She's like
yeah.
a huge Knicks fan.
She's a huge Knicks fan.
Yeah. I'm always like, God damn it, you stupid Knicks, bro. We owned you guys. Now you guys are making a run. Brunson's a beast too.
Bro, that team's good, man. That
Yeah.
team's very good.
But yeah, that's it about NBA talk. Now let's get into
Let's do it.
it's that time. Second major,
Second major of the year.
PGA Championship.
Yeah.
It's a fucking stacked field, obviously, this week.
Of course.
Big field, obviously, because they add all these additional players. We got Blocky playing in it again this year.
Yeah, 'cause you can qualify for this in the U.S. Open. Like,
yeah. Well, they add all these PGA professionals
Yeah.
that that have a chance to come in, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because you never know
Dude, we should try it out one year.
what.
Like
Like,
that should
just go
If
and-
we could, technically we
Anybody can
apply
play in a
for-
qualifier.
for a qualifier.
I mean, you got to show your GIN, I think, or
Oh yeah.
I think. But essentially, I mean, I saw a post like somebody lost their fantasy championship and they
And it
sent
had
a
to
guy out
yeah,
there. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's some. I think what you could do is you could play because they have qualifiers for the qualifier
Yeah.
basically. So I think those are wide open. Like anybody can just say, "I'm going to come play in this qualifier," and you just go play.
Dude, we should do that.
Yeah,
like
that
if
would
they
be
let
epic.
us film that and like we had to. Like,
I mean, a lot of these guys I think can film out there. Like I don't
think
think
Pat
it's,
Perez did one.
Yeah.
And they did it. So
but that would be epic.
that would be
to
crazy.
do.
Can you imagine just hit the round of our lives and now teeing off
No, like,
David Hondo.
even on our best
I'd be
days,
this.
even on our best days,
No,
we'd-
yeah, right.
we'd
You
still
kidding?
finish last.
Never even broken 90. I'm here talking about qualifying for the U.S. Open.
That'd be a story. Guy never breaks 90.
Yeah.
For the first time, he breaks 90 and he qualifies for the
Yeah,
U.S. Open.
yeah.
That'd be a
It'd be-
story,
It'd be
bro.
just me, Rory, and Hoff teeing up.
That would be crazy. Hob would give you a hug, but Rory would look at you like, why the hell are you here?
I'd fight Rory on the first off. Rory's getting taken out. Rory isn't winning with me in his ear.
No.
That's for sure.
You're just there to chirp.
Yeah, I'm just there purely to bring down Rory.
Oh, man. But yeah, let's get into it. Like,
Yes.
what are your thoughts? Like, what are you feeling? What are your expectations for this tournament this week?
Yeah, there's been a lot of buzz around Quail Hollow being like the course, and some people don't like it. Some people are saying it's not, like they shouldn't have gone back here. I think Quail Hollow is a cool course.
I think so too.
The one that JT won in 2002, or was 2017 was Quail Hollow.
I think they played. Yeah, I think 2002 is a
That's
while
2002.
ago. Let me see. Last time.
I'm pretty sure wasn't it when JT won PGA 2002. This was 2017, I believe. Was Quail Hollow
when he won?
I think he also, because he has 2 PGA championships.
Did Jason Thomas win PGA Championship?
Well, while you look for that, Quail Hollow has been kind of getting a negative rep this week. Like there have been a lot of people have just been dogging on it. I don't know why.
Yeah, 17
17,
Quail Hollow.
right? Yeah. So
with a 3 under.
Yeah, I think it's like
68 in the final
saying,
round.
because I mean, listen, Quail Hollow has been a course on tour. Rory won it there last year. A bunch of people have played this course, obviously, and they're saying like, oh, there shouldn't be a venue. Like, I don't know. I think it's a cool spot. And first off, the conditions. I don't know if you've seen the rain that's been happening already.
Yeah.
It's immediately going to make it 10 times harder.
Yep.
And then, when they get them ready for these major championships, they're much different than when you're playing them on a regular tournament. Obviously, they're hard there too, but they make them even harder for these. So I'm excited for that. The only thing I'm worried, 2 parts, because Rory absolutely dominates at Quail Hollow. This is a Rory.
It's a super favorable course for Rory.
I think Spieth called it the Rory McIlroy Invitational.
Yeah.
He plays very well. I think he's won 4 times at Quail Hollow. Like, everything's setting out. He's now got the monkey off his back.
Exactly.
He's won the Masters. But I don't know if, it's still major. And 2, he can still be hungover from his Masters win.
I don't think he's hungover.
He's celebrating still.
What did he finish this week?
He's terrifying me this week.
What did he finish this week? Like top 10?
Well, he choked. No, he choked.
Oh, did he end up choking a little bit?
He's like kind of running up the leaderboard on Sunday.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then doubled and bogeyed.
Oh, okay.
After.
Okay.
So,
yeah, because I
granted, choked. He probably finished either to T10 or T12 or something.
Let me see where he finished. Because he wasn't in contention, but he had another good week. And I think
he's playing,
his mind is this for this weekend. And I think these guys, obviously they want to go out and win every single week, but you're not going to go and win out every week, unless you're Scotty during that era.
Yeah. So Rory,
T7.
Shaky. Anyway, Rory, he's him and Scotty are huge favorites this week.
Yeah. Scotty 325. Rory 325, Scotty 400.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's so stupid odds.
Yeah, those odds are ridiculous.
But it's crazy because it feels more
for
than ever.
Golf odds, those are wows because how hard it is to win.
Yeah.
Yet these guys are that much more of a favorite.
Yeah. It's like, bro, when Tiger,
but it gives us picks of those values.
Well, that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
But then it's I was hoping that Bryson would be a little bit further down. But Bryson, they've brought him up closer to them. I think Bryson's plus 750 or 700 now. Bryson's cooked me. I love Bryson. I've taken Bryson. I took him at the Masters. I took him at Trump Doral. And Bryson just keeps choking in the final round until South Korea.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh my God, all right, he just got his first win this year. Is he going to translate? There's nobody outside of Rory. Really, even Scotty. Scotty's obviously had the most insane tournament a couple weeks ago, but and he's been playing well all year. It's not like a slight, but there's nobody that's been as in form this year, in my opinion, than Bryson. Every time he's teeing up, he is pretty much in position to win.
Yeah,
including the Masters. He was there, and even just looking back at his majors last year, same thing. He won the U.S. Open, but he could have won the PGA. Was runner-up. Could have won the Masters last year too. Similar scenario. He is somebody who, similar to when Brooks was on his tear, is just somebody who has figured out how to play the majors, getting his mind right, and just going right in. And outside of Rory and Scotty and Xander, because last year Xander had a crazy major season, he's been the best player during the majors. Yeah. And this year is no different so far. Yep. I expect him to be up there in the leaderboard on Sunday. It's now whether or not he can now.
Course is also favorable for him. It's
100%
long. All these
bombers,
guys that
baby.
are getting bombed are gonna find ways to succeed. The rough is rough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
That's why they make it harder for these tournaments. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things, like, you can hit it long, but if you're in that rough, like, you're gonna have power also plays in it, because like, you have an advantage if you can hit through that rough and generate enough speed. But at the end of the day, like, I don't care how good you are or how strong you are.
Yeah.
Still playing in that, you're not guaranteed anything based off those lies.
Bro, some of the holes are like, first of all, every par 3 is like 200 something plus. Like,
there's a par 3 I think that's gonna be playing like 248.
Yeah. First off, on the tee, David Hondo with his driver on the par 3.
It's still not gonna get there.
Yeah, 100%. and then, dude, the par 5s are 650. Like, I'm like, dude, this is a nukes course. That's why it fits Rory very well.
Exactly.
That's why it fits a Bryson very well. They're both made for this type of course, and obviously
else?
Scotty fits. Most. Say,
no,
Victor Hovland.
No.
Who?
Xander.
Oh yeah, I think Xander.
No one's talking about him because he's still coming off the injury.
Yeah.
But he was one of the best on tour last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned it. One of the majors, hottest guys during the majors last year. He's got already a couple rounds in his belt, and he is piping the ball.
And
right
he's
now.
inching up. Like, I think in the Truest, he was in that same range. Like,
he played
T10,
well.
and so he's somebody that I have my eye on too. I
know he doesn't have enough golf
yet.
around him, because you look like a guy like Scotty that had a delay there, and now
and you saw
and Scotty's obviously played well since pretty much the first tournament, but like, to his standards and Xander's standards, they needed those extra couple rounds to be able to get into true form.
Yeah.
Xander's got a couple under his belt now. Played well this weekend at Truist.
It could. I mean, it could be the week.
Fits him.
It does fit him. It fits him well. I mean, realistically, there's like the top 10, 15 guys. Like, first off, it's very top heavy. So the top 3 guys are heavy favorites for a reason, and then there's really about like 7 to 10 guys that, I think really can challenge for it.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely in that group.
Actually, Cantley's been playing sneaky well too.
Yes, I know. I just don't know if I can trust him.
I know. He just has like those little 2-hole meltdowns where he'll just
he's
get into too much trouble.
Well.
But he's playing well too.
Yeah, he's striking the ball so well. He just like hasn't won in feels like forever.
Yeah, it feels like a while. But he's just always sneaky up there too.
Yeah.
Like, not doing anything crazy, but it'll just go straight 65s or 67s throughout the weekend, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, he finished T5.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, who's the biggest story this weekend, and we should call Luis Arias right now.
Oh,
because Spieth's going for his Grand Slam.
Oh, that's right.
Let's give Lou.
Let's give Lou. I actually talked to him on the phone the other day.
It's his girlfriend's birthday, but let's see if he.
Oh God, probably not ideal timing. 9:41 on your girl's birthday. But, hey, we'll give the call.
Let's see.
It's more important. Talking about Spieth or hanging out with your girl on her birthday.
Hello.
Lou.
What's up, buddy?
I'm here with Dre. We're recording our PGA episode, so you're live on air. Technically, it'll be live on Thursday. And we're just talking about your boy. Is he gonna complete the Grand Slam this weekend? So we had to loop you in. Talk to us,
dude. Let me tell you something. Jordan freaking Spieth is gonna complete the Grand Slam, and here's why. Jordan for the last couple of years has been injured, right? A little bit injury prone, but this year he's actually shown some spirit. Now we know how his short game works. His short game is electric.
It is.
He's a magician. The problem is the inconsistencies and how he beats himself up all the time. Every time he goes left,
someone say he's a mental midget.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think he's mentally strong, but he definitely is hard on himself, just like JT. Like JT,
he's building that confidence right now.
They both have those hard-nosed mentality. They want to be the best, and they try their best. But at times, Spieth is all over the place. Like you know how he is. He hits a par 3, hits a perfect birdie. Next hole, he's on the 17th hole, hitting for 5. It just happens, and just like your buddy Hovland, you want to get. I don't know if you talked about him yet.
Oh, we were getting to him. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, that bum. He's not gonna win anything the rest of his career.
Oh, I'm sorry. When was the last time Spieth won?
Do
it at the Valspar.
Do it at the Valspar.
Hey, I know it's Jenny's birthday,
thing,
but
dude. listen, I got money on him. I think he's gonna win.
Of
At plus
course, every week.
5,000, I think it's pretty good odds. I threw some money on him, so my Spieth train is always alive. So
He's gonna leave you
stay tuned.
speechless this weekend.
Yeah, he always does on the golf course. That's what's fun about him. He's electric.
Oh man! All righty, Lou. Well, I had to loop you in here. Appreciate you answering. I know it's Jenny's birthday, so.
Yeah, we're celebrating now. I had to step away.
It's like how could this phone call be
He did-
so
he did-
important?
He saw my name. He's like, this has got to be something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something important at almost 10 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. Has to be the most important news coming out of David Hondel's
Where is
phone.
he?
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Have a good night. Have a good podcast.
Later, Lou.
I'm looking forward to listening to it.
All right. Well, you'll be on it, so don't you worry.
Speed train. By the way, last thing.
Hit me.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, my
will
God.
win the
Oh, no.
Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
2026.
This guy. We'll get him on before the season.
Yeah. We
So
gotta
he can
we gotta
give-
bring out back
Okay.
the cowboy back for
Yeah.
football season.
Book it.
Oh, my
That's
God.
a lock and a half for all of you listening.
Wait, what happened to your?
Lock.
Didn't you have a ticket of Spieth to win the Masters and Cowboys Super Bowl? How'd that go?
Yeah, but that ticket was dead. That ticket was dead.
That ticket never had a
When I-
chance.
Wait, are you adding a
Next
PGA
one.
Championship with Dallas Cowboys?
Yes,
Monster.
David. Okay, here's a lock. If you want to become a millionaire in the next year, lock it in. PGA Championship, Jordan Spieth, complete
starts
the
this
Grand
weekend.
Slam,
It
Cowboys
starts this weekend.
2026 Super Bowl championship.
Wow.
Book it.
Wow.
Book it, lock it in, and in about a year, we're going to hear the same podcast, and you guys will be like, wow,
Wow.
you're a genius.
You're going to be sponsoring the pod at that point.
Yes, I will. With Lou's hot take.
It's just going to be called The Lou Show.
He doesn't hit them all, but when he does,
Yeah.
it's millions of dollars.
Rights for Stay Tranquilo immediately.
Say less.
Oh, my God.
All right, well, I'm being called upon.
Yeah.
Go.
All right, buddy. Later.
Oh,
Later.
man.
Take it easy. Bye.
That's
The
amazing.
best. He is the best in the game.
That's I
We
mean,
gotta get
listen,
Lou back on.
Spieth
Oh.
could do it. I don't think
Yeah.
he can't. I mean, he is playing well. He's coming off some really low rounds as of recently.
Yeah.
Why not?
He's playing the best golf that we've seen him
In a while.
play in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he's feeling a bit more confident. He's not there yet.
I
mean,
think the confidence for him too,
Yeah.
is something that he needed, right? Like he needs
Yeah.
to see himself doing it, right? And now that he sees himself doing it, he knows he could go shoot that 62, 64.
Yeah.
Like he is definitely capable of it. Is this course Super Bowl favorable for him?
he's not a bomber.
No.
For him, his strengths are around the green.
Right, exactly.
And
Which
so
gives you a great advantage around here
it's-
for sure.
Yeah. It's just he just has to be accurate. If he's on the fairways, his thing is like
he has to be. If he's not finding fairways, which he's done a lot better this year,
Yeah.
but the reason why he hasn't been able to put round over round over round to maybe win is he'll have that round where the driver's just like this
everywhere.
But then the rounds where he's
The
finding the
Spieth-
fairway,
Spiethians
he's
round.
shooting a 63, 64, right? So to your point, if he's accurate with the driver, he 1,000,000% has a chance this week.
Yeah.
If he's all over the place this week, it's gonna be a tough go.
Yeah. Well, that's a perfect segue into Victor Hovland. Don't know why, but it is. No, honestly, I would feel a bit more comfortable and confident. He didn't have his best at the Truist. He
Right.
really didn't. And speaking of everywhere, the reason why I thought about him immediately, because his driver was just everywhere at the Truist.
Yeah.
With that said, Victor Hovland, when he's on, he's one of the best players in the world. Victor Hovland, when he's on, is on. And so
He's gonna be on this week.
he's on this week. Thank you. Look at that. Finishing sentences.
I got
He is going to be on this week. He is, talk about a course fit. I mean, this is as course fitting as it gets for my boy Hov. Listen, he goes out, wins the Valspar again, the 5th major, and then since then, 13 at the Masters, which honestly is a bad Sunday. He was really in contention for a while, bad Saturday. He was really in contention for a while of it. T13 at RBC Heritage, and then not a great week this week. But the last time that Hov putted as bad as he did at the Truist was the Players' Championship. You know what he did the next tournament? He won. So
it lined up perfectly.
It lined up perfectly.
You got the bad putts out.
Exactly. You got to get the worst round of your life out, and then you go on to the PGA Championship.
fair.
and this is where he brings home his first major. Boom, book it, bam.
Wow. That would be a story right there. Win the first major of the year, 2 wins under his belt at this point in the season.
Some
now
would
all
say
of a
best year of
sudden,
his life, of anyone's life.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you're
Best
talking
season
about
of
like,
all
oh,
time.
shit. Okay, maybe he is one of the hotter golfers
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, you know how hard it is week over week
Oh
to
my
say
God, I
like,
know.
hey, this is going to be the guy. And then the week after, it's like, oh my God, this guy's just playing terrible right now.
I know.
Like, you
It
never
fluctuates so much in the sport.
it's so
There's-
inconsistent. I mean, that's why the Rorys and the Scotties are always up there
It's
because
insane.
the level of
It's
consistency that they play with.
Consistency is key.
But it also just shows the depth of these fields,
Yeah.
right? Like you got guys that, they're not the Rorys or the Scotties, but any given Sunday or any given weekend,
I like any given
basically.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's really
Yeah.
the big day, but any given weekend, someone can come up and be like, "Holy
For
shit,
sure.
here we go, here he is," because we know he's got it. We haven't seen it yet, but here it is, right?
100%.
And that takes me to Spieth.
Let's go.
No, honestly,
Let's
I feel
go.
terrible about Spieth this week. He had, average Thursday, Friday, made the cut, great, whatever. Then goes and shoots an 8 over on Saturday.
Yeah.
Had the neck injury, which is not real. That when I say feel bad about him, never feel bad about Spieth.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care how
It's the
bad he's
injury.
playing.
It's the injury.
It's the injury. It's the injury. Don't feel good about having a neck injury going into this week. You know, maybe he got all the rehab he needed. Maybe he got the worst round of his life
Yeah.
under his belt.
Got out of the way.
And here he is, got an extra couple days of rest compared to the rest of a lot of these guys. And why not? Why not make the turn here?
Why not?
I
Why
called
not
it for
flip it
Max.
around?
Max was
That's
having
true.
some of the worst golf of his life. And
Yeah.
what did he do? Finished top 15, I think, at the Masters. Caddy
Yeah.
change also happened in that moment.
Yeah.
But since then, Max has turned the corner.
Yes, he's been looking much better.
So you know what? This is when Spieth
Let's
turns
go.
the corner. This is it. This is the...
Heath Hovland final pairing. You heard it here first.
I'm down. I'm down for that.
I will say, speaking of Max, Max is a very interesting person this week.
If you can make a pick to finish the top 10 this week in Max, book it right now.
I'm with. I mean, he's won at Quail Hollow twice already, so it's obviously a course fit for him and something a place he feels comfortable at. I think in terms
game's
of
tracking.
His game's getting better each week, and so he's somebody. Don't know if he can win yet, but I think he's in for.
I like a top 10
that
lock
top
for
10
Max
call.
Homa for him this week.
I like it.
I mean, I root for the guy. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I like Homa too.
Yeah. Did you see what he tweeted the other day? Something about his wife's text or something like that.
No.
Like she was like on a bachelorette party or something like that, and it was basically like a thread of like, oh, we're at the table. Oh my God, these guys are buying us free bottles or something like that on the table. And he's like, that's what he woke up to. And he's like, I don't even know what to think about this right now. I'm like, Max, why are you even tweeting
Yeah.
this?
That's like the worst thing you could possibly do. Oh my God! But he's a good dude, funny guy, and so hope to see Max have a good week. And
So who's your dark horse? Give me a dark.
dark horse.
I know mine, and it's strictly off of no play. I don't even know who this guy is, but he's my dark horse, and I'll give rationale as to why.
Okay, go for it. You first.
There you go. I got to find his name now again.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. Andre Chi.
Oh, is it because his name's Andre?
His name's Andre.
Yep, I knew it.
Andre Chi. Andre Chai.
right.
I don't know how you pronounce it. He's plus 50,000. Lock him in. His name's Andre. We're gonna put it.
I got one for you. I'm gonna go 2 dark horses. I am gonna go Davis Thompson, plus 10,000, an absolute bomber.
Okay.
Closest thing I can find to David so far. And then I'm going with
Fair.
I'm going with our buddy, friend of the program, I hope, Jake Knapp.
Really? I actually like that pick a lot.
Jake Knapp plus 20,000. I'm going with him, and then real friend of the program, Nico Chevadia plus 50,000
Every week.
That's
Just play how you play Thursday through Saturday on Sunday, and you'll
50,000
have a
is a
chance.
lot.
I know. I love that value. Love that value.
50,000.
Because
And
he's
he-
actually playing really well
He's
this
playing-
year.
This is first off his best season he's ever had,
By far.
and it's just like
The
like you mentioned,
consistency.
it's he has to just put together a full 4 days, and you
And he
know,
can. He
he's
definitely
getting there.
can.
He's getting there.
Another guy that kind of like that, I mean, he kind of fell off because he got injured, but Michael Kim was playing really well
Yeah,
earlier.
he's
in
down there in
season.
the 20K.
Yeah, he's in the
20K
plus
range.
20,000 range. I mean, I don't know if he's like a great course fit, but he is playing really well. Ryan Fox go back to back. That'd be crazy. No, I really, you know who I do like actually, like in all seriousness, dark horse, Adam Scott.
I like that pick.
I like him. He's at plus 15,000. I think he'll be in contention.
Let's see, do I got any other ones?
I think he'll be in contention.
Oh, by the way, did you see the thing that Garrett Higo might be the next Malbon sponsored
I did see
golfer?
That. Yeah. I mean, bro, his whole story when he won in Corrales was that he didn't have a brand.
Yeah,
He didn't have a sponsor. That's why he was wearing that Boston hat.
I think he's rocking with Malbon now. So
Damn.
is Rafa in this thing?
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
Yeah, plus 100,000. Lock him in every week.
What? Where is he?
He's right here.
Oh, shit.
Right next to Michael Block.
Oh my God, Michael. Should we talk about Michael Block?
I mean, it's a great story
It
every
is,
time.
it-
You know, I mean, we haven't seen him around in a while. You know, obviously the hype around him was electric during that moment. The fact that, you know, he was actually in contention and then finished, you know, top 12. And I mean, his life changed from that, you know, from that tournament. So to see him back in like a major in this tournament specifically, you got to root for the guy. You know, you don't know where these guys, you know, games are. There's a lot of those type of guys in the field right now. That's why you see some crazy plus 250,000 odds out there. But, you know, if it's not Michael Block, I'm rooting for another one of those stories for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's always sick to see one of these guys that they just find the way to get into the field.
Yeah.
Playing in a tournament like this amongst the best, and all of a sudden you make a cut. Like that's a crazy moment to say the least.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I mean, there's this tournament, same with the US Open, obviously opens the door for a lot of those bigger stores because of the bigger fields and things like that. So, I mean, his thing was crazy. I mean, his hole-in-one, the fact that he was playing with Rory on Sunday.
That was crazy.
It's just insane. It's an insane moment. And then, remember we met his son or
Dylan.
son
I think Dylan is his name. Yeah.
in Scottsdale. Dude hits a nuke.
No.
So like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That guy hits absolute
Was carrying the ball
bombs.
380 like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And dead straight.
Dead straight every time.
Dead straight.
He was pretty crazy. But yeah.
Well, it was sick because, so actually talking about that, when Michael Block qualified for this, his son was the one that was on the bag.
Really?
And his son
nice.
was supposed to play like in I don't know, it was like a college tournament or something, but he had like another thing for himself, on the personal side to, advance his golf career. And he decided to be on the bag for his dad.
That's pretty cool.
And guess what? He'll be on the bag for this
that's
week.
Sick.
So, no, always a great story with Michael
sick.
Block. And I'm sure there'll be other good stories this week. It's a fucking monster field. So hopefully somebody's got a story out after this week. But good episode. Good episode. Good week. Let's go. Go Panthers. Go Marlins always.
Yeah.
Show them some love for whatever it's worth at this point in the season. And that's it.
Yeah. PGA Championship, baby.
See you.
Go Cats.
Peace.